if you're afraid of what people think of you and you don't want to show up because you're afraid of the judgment of your friends, you have to not care about that.
Yeah.
If I go to these parties sometimes and I'm like, wow, all these people follow me and they see what I post every single day, and I'm sure they all have their thoughts and comments.
Oh my God, I think
I'm
the
sure
same
they
thing.
think it all, but you can't let that stop you because they're gonna think it and you know what? You're gonna help more people than you're gonna harm that. And honestly, no matter what, you're gonna have people who hate what you say and people who love what you say. And if you're worried about being outspoken in public or using your voice, or you think you sound funny, or you don't know how to edit, or it's bad, it's not gonna be great the first time.
Yeah.
I have my first videos and they're absolute trash.
You're listening to POWERFEMME Radio. This is a podcast where ladies come together and try to share their opinions and empower each other to be better women in society.
Did he just say try? You're listening to POWERFEMME, where women don't try, we do.
I will say, a lot has happened since you were in the podcast studio last. You've grown a lot. You saw me get married.
I did.
Your whole life has changed too.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, like, what's new for you?
What's new is my business that I've started, which it started during the pandemic, but then I took a hiatus because I was just listening to other people's advice and it wasn't what I knew was right for myself. So I kept doing what they wanted me to do. And they were like, well, why don't you just do this? And don't post too much. You need to stay a model and not an influencer.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, like, I don't have a lot of, my cup isn't filled by being a model. And
Right.
the whole influencer thing doesn't really either. It's more about the message. So once I connected the message to my brand and my business, it became less of like selling a product and more like selling a lifestyle and like helping change people's lives.
Yeah.
Modeling thing is like, you show up, you do your job, you look cute, you're generally wearing stuff that is ugly and that you don't want to be in 99.9% of the time.
Right. You're not allowed to touch any of it. Can't fix your makeup, your hair, anything. Your art.
I'm wearing the outfit and kind of acting as the person that would buy it, that it isn't my style. So like I have to kind of pretend all the time and like satisfy people and go home with like, okay, well, I'm satisfied by being professional and doing my job well, but I'm not fulfilled. So that's what led me into like building this business and wanting to connect with people on a personal level and inspire people to just do more. Because I mean, from 2016 to now, 2025, it was a huge difference of myself from
Oh my God.
being like, I mean, insecure in my body, believing what other people say is true, worrying too much about what other people think of me, and then letting that limit me from following the things that I've been wanting to do. So that all just, in the end, now I feel like I've come home to myself, and I feel like now I can help other people who are back when I was there.
Isn't that the best feeling when you're like coming home to you?
Yeah, yeah.
Who were the people who you felt were keeping you in the box?
Yeah, well, I mean, the industry in general, believing that I needed to look and be a certain way to be categorized as a model. Like sometimes I would hang out with some of my friends who aren't models who look more like a model than me. And I almost feel like a phony because I'm like, I'm a little pudgy, or I'm like not as beautiful as them. And I would compare myself to everyone, even on set too. And I'm like, everyone's looking at me and believing that like they're paying me a lot of money to be here and I don't look the part. And I was doing all the things to try and be skinny and try and look good and try to fake it really. And it just, nothing was working and I didn't know why. And I figured it out now. So that is my message to my audience, is like what I did to overcome all those hurdles. Because when you're sitting there and you're on set, you've got 30 people behind the camera staring at the screens. Like there's, 15 screens of your face.
Right.
And they're all just
So
sitting
much
there
pressure.
staring at it, dead face. And you're like, do they like it? Do they think I'm pretty? Or they think, overthinking everything.
Yeah.
And then you kind of realize it's like not all about you, and that they're just looking at the way the garments fit or the way the makeup looks, or there's so many factors. So once I stopped putting so much pressure on myself and knowing I was doing what I could do and started exercising right and eating right and just doing things that filled my cup and made me happy, it all started to just make sense. And then I stopped obsessing about like myself as much. And now I just pour it into other people.
Oh, that's so good, Abby. It sounds like once you just started pouring into yourself and stopped looking for validation outside of you. You just basically lived your life on your terms in a way that's like, I know how hard I work. I know what I put into my body today. I know what I read today. I know the way I speak to myself. And like, that's the only thing that matters. And that's when true confidence comes through.
Yeah.
You can't fake confidence. Like,
No.
I feel like even sometimes I'll look back and I'm like, oh, wow, I was really faking it there. Like, I was really pushing it there. Was there a specific moment when you realized like, okay, this was my dream, but now I'm realizing this isn't necessarily my dream. This is my job. And there's more that I'm here to do.
Yeah. I think from not feeling fulfilled in what I was doing every day, just like, what am I doing? I'm doing this thing. It could be like anybody's corporate job where you're just like, I don't want to go to set. I don't want to be on camera. I don't want any more photos taken of myself. Like I don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
And so I also know like the future of AI and everything. I'm like, I don't know the certainty of that. And also the older I get, I want kids soon and I don't want to physically worry about my body and being pregnant and getting my job back. And then it's just, it's not consistent. I want a life.
Yeah.
I don't want, I got my casting yesterday. What if it was a job? Then my whole day today would have been canceled. I have to just like constantly plan the day ahead. And so creating my own job, I can like work from home and inspire women to look and feel their best, most confident selves on my own time. And it like really fills my cup. So that was like a huge shift from doing something that pays well and it's satisfying to a certain point, but then you just kind of like grow out of it, I guess. But my dream was always to model, and that's what that looked like for me. And then moving to LA, and now with social media, I see more people influencing people to do what, how do I say this? When I was in the lens of my 17-year-old self, and I was looking, we love her. Aww. We love her so much. But looking at the way that I was influenced by people and the way that they told me to be. And then I see people on Instagram, influencers, telling people how to be. And it's just not right. Like I don't see people really like living their truth. They're like posting ingenuine content and just trying to sell you something. We did a protein video on my channel, and here's why. It's because if you search, what's the best protein powder? Every single person is paid to promote this BS protein powder, and like, you're being lied to. Yeah. You're really being lied to. And I was being lied to and told to stay small, and I wasn't feeling confident or myself because I just didn't know, because I didn't have guidance or someone who like cared. Yeah. So it's really like reeling it in and helping that person and showing them like, you don't need to cover up your face with a bunch of makeup to feel beautiful. Like, here's the tools that you need to just make it simple. Do little things, like less is more. Just use the right products and do it well and do it right. And you don't need all this crap.
We are sold that you do this, this, and this, and you'll be confident. And I think so many of us pursue this, this, and this, and we don't feel confident. We don't feel good. We don't feel our best. In fact, we feel empty.
Yeah. How about the 10-minute ab shredder? Like,
you're not going to get abs in 10 minutes.
It's not going to, they're selling you false hope is what it is. And like, to be real, it's like, it takes a long time. And I'm sitting here in the best version of myself. I look my best. I feel my best internally, externally. My skin, everything is aligned for me. Aligned with Abby. Hello. Yes. This is me in my purest, most raw, real self. Yeah. And I got there the hard way, but it didn't feel hard because I was patient and I took my time and I didn't look for quick fixes anymore. Yeah. At one point it was just, I would do a 3 or 5 day fast, and then I would go work out a ton and I would lose all this weight and I'd feel so good for like a month, and then I'd bounce back, and then I'd be like yo-yoing over and over again, trying to like feel what I'm feeling now. And it was like, how can I get to be like her? And I thought there's something wrong with me. I'm like, I'm doing all the things. I'm eating so healthy. I'm working out all the time. Like, why do I look the way I look? And then,
which, by the way, Abby, you look amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're constantly trying to be the best version of you because your literal job is to present, you put your best face forward. That is your literal job. Yeah. Have you ever felt like there was a point where it went too far?
Yeah, because fitting inside of the box that wasn't me, and just trying to be that. Yeah. And it just doesn't fit. And then you feel like lost because you're like closed in this box of what you're supposed to be in, and you know it doesn't fit, but like it's really hard to like know that when you're lost.
I know. Sometimes I'm like, why did nobody just tell me?
Yeah.
Like you saw me. Why didn't you tell me? What is it? What is it a feeling? Like at what point do you literally have to stop and say, I'm not being myself. What I'm doing isn't working. The answer isn't doing more of this.
Yeah.
Like, how do we turn around and come back home? This episode is sponsored by Glow-C, aka my favorite drinkable skincare ritual. Glow-C is packed with collagen, hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and vitamin C to help smooth your skin, support your gut, boost hydration, and keep your glow game strong. It's not like other hydration powders that are basically salt and sugar in disguise. Glow-C has probiotics, and it's literally skincare you can drink. No pills, no complicated routines, just glowing skin on the go. So you can spend less time stressing and more time showing up and chasing your dreams. I drink Glow-C every morning before workouts, after flights, on long shoot days. It's a non-negotiable part of my POWERFEMME routine. And because consistency is everything, I subscribe, so it's always stocked and always supporting my glow. Go to getglowc.com/POWERFEMME and use code POWERFEMME to get 15% off your first month subscription. Ready to finally have glowing skin? Subscribe to Glow-C and show up as your most confident self. That's code POWERFEMME for 15% off your first month. One more time for the girls in the back, use code POWERFEMME at checkout. Glow-C is a daily beauty supplement and is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any conditions.
Yeah, I think just you gotta quit looking for fast fixes and easy outs.
Yeah.
We all want the easiest thing ever. We want to do something in a day or a week or, it's not that fast. It's not going to be that fast. It's a lifestyle, and if you want to look and feel your best self day in and day out, and make decisions now that you weren't making before because you were afraid to do them, you have to take your time and be patient. I thought all these things were gonna fix overnight. I thought when I moved to LA and I signed with my agency, I was like, I'm going to get 100,000 followers overnight. And it's not like that.
It's not like that.
Building a business isn't like that.
No, it's not.
Our progress in our body and the way we look and the way we feel, something I learned. So a chart, let's say, let's say you want to lose weight. Your weight loss, your weight loss, your weight loss, your weight loss. People believe that it's linear, that it goes straight down, that you should shoot to the floor and lose all this weight if you start dieting and doing all the things. It's not going to be like that. Your chart for everyone in life, not just weight loss, but in everything, goes like this.
Yes, it does.
So it's the reminder that as long as you're trending in the right direction, then you'll be heading for success for yourself.
That's so
at
good.
the time, back to your question, what I thought success was for me is being a model and traveling the world and going to all these clients. And it's not what I thought. It's really not. I'm going and working for like a department store. Yes, I'm going to South Africa to do it, but it's like a terrible job and a lot of travel. And it wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
It's not the glamorous Hollywood dream that we were all
I would say like,
sold.
I get that out of my job, maybe 1 out of 10 times, like throughout the last 8 years.
Wow.
So
What's been your favorite job?
I went to, it's called Zihuatanejo in Mexico with Billabong. And it was just like so cool. We got put up in this like really cool house and dinners with the crew. And it was such a relaxing experience. And it was my vibe to shoot very candid, fun stuff with like a dream photographer of mine. So that was really cool.
What is your dream modeling job? Because do you see this for yourself full, like long term?
The dream's pivoted. Like if anything, I want to work for a brand that really focuses on like organic, true materials, organic cotton or linen or silk. Reformation, which I'm wearing their shirt and their shoes. I love a brand who can really stand behind the quality of their clothing and they really focus on the person that's buying it really wants to put time and energy and money into themselves. So that is the brand I want to work for, not just for modeling though. I want it to be hired through me as aligned with Abby as my image.
As yourself.
So I want people to see the campaign and say like, oh, I know her. She's so inspiring and she helped me get through XYZ versus just a face on a screen or a billboard.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't do much for me. I want to connect with people. I want people to like feel something when they see me.
Yeah.
And like feel motivated to do the thing that's really hard and do the thing that people don't want to tell them to do. It's really hard for someone like me. If I'm going to get online, the first thing I want to do is say, here's how to lose weight in 10 days. Like that would be such an easy, quick sell.
Right.
And you're going to click it.
Right.
But it's so much harder to be like, here's how you really do it.
Yeah.
And it's not easy. No one's going to want to do it.
No.
But if they see me as an example of the result of someone who's put the time and effort into it and has worked out the kinks, then I think that they would believe me and trust me. Like I really just want to build trust with people.
If someone really loves you, they're going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And when did you realize you were like, no, I actually have to have my own thing. I need control over how much money I make. I need control of the brands I say yes to. Like, was there a moment or a brand or a job that you had that you were like, never again?
Yeah, I do a lot of like the wholesale owned e-commerce in LA, which is front, side, back. You'll shoot like 200 pieces in a day and you're just like working like a dog and it's
For people who aren't in the industry, what does that mean? Is that like when you go on revolve.com and you just see all the pictures of everybody and okay.
Front, side, back. But instead of it being Revolve, which is a known brand, you're working for brands that you don't know, that sell fast fashion, that is bad for the environment, it's bad for in so many ways, like the manufacturer.
I know there are so many people who order Shein. And that company is making so much freaking money.
Promote them.
No, I don't. Oh my God. I bought from them for like a festival or something
I have
like that.
too. We all have.
But then I realized like the whole tag situation.
Yeah.
Did you see the tag situation?
Yeah.
For the people who are listening who don't know about the tag situation, Shein is a clothing line that is made in China and it's a sweatshop essentially. So they have children making these clothes and they were literally putting on the tags that have like machine wash cold. It was like, please send water. People are dying. We need help.
Yeah. And so those are the kinds of companies that I would get hired to work with that are still hiring me to work with them.
Wow.
And it's a paycheck and your face goes in places that no one will ever see and it's okay. But that doesn't feel good for me.
Yeah.
That's not my brand. That's not me. So brands like that, it's like, yeah, I will hate on you. And yeah, I will call you out. And I'll actually call people out on social media too and say the hard things. If someone sends me a cleanser and they're like, talk about it, I'm not going to be like, it's amazing.
Right.
I'm going to say, I don't love it.
That's so good. Wow. Okay. So like send your products to Abby with caution. Knowing that she's going to tell the truth.
I will tell the truth. I feel like there's enough people lying. Like there's nobody else that's telling the truth about things. And I don't want to be like hating on everybody because I believe everyone does put a lot of effort into building their brands. And I don't ever want to put anyone down for doing that. But I also am not going to lie to you and tell you need to go out and buy it.
Yeah.
Especially if you put something in it that, did you know, like I just learned this. So your face, like concealer or your powders lip stains. That's what it is. Concealers and lip stains from certain companies, if they're not non-toxic, the reason it stains or stays on for so long is they use like floor retard, to put like aluminum floor down, like the glue. And that's what makes it stain your lips.
No.
I don't know what it's called. And I have to say something else too, is that I'll never say anything that I don't know for sure. So I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't know for sure, but I also don't know, like if I know the science of it, I'll share.
Right.
But like, yeah, worth looking into. Don't put floor glue on your mouth.
On your lips, for crying out loud. You mentioned feeling like at different points hanging out with girlfriends that like you didn't even necessarily feel like you should be the one who's a model. Like you felt like there are people who are quote unquote more qualified than you to have that kind of job. Now, for the girl who is at home, feels stuck in chasing her dream, whether it be she wants to be a model or she thinks she wants to be a model, or maybe she wants to start her own YouTube channel, because now more than ever, like I'm seeing influencers actually literally replace the entertainment industry.
Yeah, it's
people
crazy.
are looking at their phones more than they're looking at TV shows.
Yeah.
People don't even look at the news anymore. It's all on the internet. You started a YouTube channel, super successful. You have over 35,000 subscribers. For the girl who's at home thinking, should I start a YouTube channel? Like, what advice would you give to her? And what would you say to the woman who's like thinking about starting something? It doesn't even have to be a YouTube channel. It's just like they have the desire to be seen or be in front of the camera or do what they love, be known for doing the thing that they love.
Yeah. I mean, if you have your why, you have to start there. There's some people who, like hair and makeup artists, will say, oh, like, I love that you post. Like, I want to post more. I just don't like doing it. I just don't like it. I'm like, well, maybe that's not for you.
Right.
Or maybe you just don't have like a purpose behind it. Or maybe you're just posting for followers or for people to see you, or what's your why? What's your reason? Like, what are you posting about? And that also changes what I share too when I think about who I'm talking to and like why it matters to you. So the first thing you have to do in order to care about what you're doing is to know why you're doing it and who you're helping. You do this all the time where you'll write down like your ideal client or your ideal person that you want to talk to. So for someone starting, it's like, if you don't want to do it, first of all, figure out what the resistance is, but also is it that you just don't know why you want to do it?
You know, I actually think the thing that stops most people is they're like, how do I just announce that I'm starting this business? Or how do I just announce that I'm a model now? Or how do I just announce that I'm starting this Instagram page or this YouTube page where I'm going to talk about these things? Like, how do I just announce that?
If you're afraid of what people think of you and you don't want to show up because you're afraid of the judgment of your friends, you have to not care about that.
Yeah.
If I go to these parties sometimes and I'm like, wow, all of these people follow me and they see what I post every single day, and I'm sure they all have their thoughts and comments.
Oh my God, I think
I'm
the
sure
same
they
thing.
think it all, but you can't let that stop you because they're gonna think it and you know what? You're gonna help more people than you're gonna harm that. And honestly, no matter what, you're gonna have people who hate what you say and people who love what you say. And if you're worried about being outspoken in public or using your voice, or you think you sound funny, or you don't know how to edit, or it's bad, it's not gonna be great the first time.
Yeah.
I have my first videos and they're absolute trash.
Are they public?
I don't know.
Have you archived
my first YouTube video, all of those are pretty cringy, but I mean, even before that was 2020. So like,
Isn't
even
it so
before
cute
that,
when
I'm
you
in the
look-
car and I'm like, hey guys, like it was so bad.
No, I watched a video this morning. It was like my first YouTube video,
So
and I'm like, it's called Let's Get Personal, and my voice is really high, and I'm like it's so
funny.
cute. Like, I mean, I love her because she was talking about the same things, and now we have to realize, Abby, both of us, we're women who live in LA who literally said yes to chasing our dreams, and what we have right now is something that we literally prayed for.
Yeah.
It's something that kept us up at night, and when we were younger, we were like, oh my God, I could only freaking imagine. This episode is sponsored by Dolce Do, my favorite luxury skincare line and the secret behind my glow up. I've been using Dolce Do religiously for over a year and the results are undeniable. My friends constantly ask what I've done to my skin because it has been a full transformation. If you struggle with dryness or early signs of aging like I did, then this is your sign. I am obsessed with the Dolce Blue makeup remover. It melts literally everything off and it leaves your skin feeling baby soft. The glass skin pads give you an instant smooth, dewy glow. And the Be Still Peptide Serum is literally Botox in a bottle. Dolce Do is your answer to glass skin, deep hydration, and firm, radiant glow. No needles, no injections, just skincare that actually works. It's skincare that feels like self-love and it delivers. POWERFEMME listeners get 15% off your entire order with code POWERFEMME at checkout. Go to dolcedo.com and use code POWERFEMME and treat your skin the way it deserves to be treated. Code POWERFEMME gets you 15% off of your full Dolce Do order.
Yeah, it was like I would dream to live in LA or live in a city. I looked back at my first journal. My dream was to move like to Europe or New York, and never did I ever talk about LA. And like the dream is so much different now than it was then. And like the girl that was talking about that dream is so much different than she is now. And the way success looks and feels on that person, I feel like right now I'm embodying that success more than ever. And this isn't this
We're only
isn't
just
at
getting
all
started.
This isn't at all the end, and it isn't at all what I thought it was going to feel like or be like. It's what I dreamed of being and feeling like. But when you wake up every single day and you're proud of yourself and you accomplish things and you do things that make you happy, like go on the vacations and don't just stay still, like seeing people going out. When you were having a little spiral last week, we went outside and saw the sunshine, went on a walk and got a smoothie. And we were like,
so
wow,
good.
I feel so much better. So it's like unraveling yourself from like your routine and saying yes to opportunities and seeing people, because that's what fills your cup. Also, another thing is like complimenting people. If you feel really bad about yourself that day, just like make someone else feel good. Yeah. They'll never forget that you complimented them. Like usually men, if a woman was to ever compliment a man in just like a very casual way, which I feel like we never do that because you would think that they think that we want something.
Yeah.
No, that they want, that we're like flirting with them or like we're hitting on them. But men who really like try and then never, ever, ever, ever receive a compliment from anyone, and you're the one that does that, they will never forget that.
Yeah.
My friend's like, this girl complimented my hair once, like 5 years ago, and I will never forget. So it's like reminding, and you're really good at that.
Well, thank you. I feel like it's really good to, like you said, like if you're so caught in your own world and you're consumed about how things aren't working out for you, it's a good idea to call your best friend and go for a walk outside and get a smoothie. Because what that taught me, like guys, a week ago, I literally called Abby. She's like, what are you doing? Can you take a picture of me for this thing? And I was like, I'm having a horrible day.
You're
like,
crying.
Come get me. I was crying. I like literally even now, I question everything.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing when you can just get out of your house, get out of your head, go out into the world, interact with people, see what happens. Like, I feel like I can really isolate being an entrepreneur, being at home all the time, like in the way the world has turned and technology, it's very isolating. And so to have you be a mirror for me and look at me and say, Heidi, literally, and I literally released a podcast episode last week that was called Upward Spiral. Like it was literally all about this. And for you to look at me and be like, Heidi, no, you're not in the same place. Like you're in a completely different place. Like you're elevated. We're doing it. We're chasing our dreams. And like we are just now beginning this upward spiral. And so that video from 2020, you had to start. You had to put it out there before it was perfect. Maybe at the time it was the best that you could do. Yeah. But you're not going to get better at creating YouTube videos. You're not going to reach 35,000 subscribers like you have. You're not going to have a real community and like audience of people that you can sell to, speak to, inspire, impact, unless you get started.
You're going to put this video on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you remember that thing you showed me from Instagram that was like at 23, I was journaling in the backyard, and now like what manifesting looks like, or what was it? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Oh, it was so good. You showed me at Erewhon. You have to share it.
I showed you at Erewhon?
Yeah.
Oh, it was like a quote.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
share
I might have
that.
saved it. Should I look on my phone real quick?
Yeah. Also, what I was saying too is like the line with being the progression line doesn't ever look straight.
No,
it's always going to have ups and downs and lefts and rights, and you don't ever know what to expect, especially if you're going to start your own business.
Oh my God, no. If you're going to start your own business, be prepared to jump off the chart, literally. Yeah. Like I said this in the podcast last week, it was like the same thing. Like you think that the line is linear up and to the right.
Yeah.
But it's not even like trending up and to the right. It's like backflip, spiraling all the way off the chart, coming back, ground zero, but you're better when you start at ground zero than when you initially started.
And remembering that everybody, no matter if they're starting a business or not, feels life's chaotic backflips and turns all the time. So that's why you need to show up as a good person and to shine your light and to make other people feel good, because we're all doing it. We're all in it. So don't judge people and don't put people down and don't be mean and don't try to sell people things that are lies. Like just be real and raw and honest.
Yes, so
and then
good.
you're going to fill your cup up. That's how you get success.
Amen.
Yeah.
We played golf. Okay. Wow, I'm looking at our messages right now.
We played golf.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, we did.
I can't find it.
We might have to insert at the end.
I'll have to insert it at the end. It'll be great. Anyways, but I liked what you were saying about how it's not going to be perfect the first time you start.
No. Put in the reps.
Reps,
look at it like an exercise, and you're exercising your brain. My boyfriend always makes me go on these like missions to like take videos and use my camera in certain environments and like practice things that aren't necessarily what I'm working on. And then I go to look at it and I'm like, this is trash. I wasted my time. But it's never a waste of time. It's always a practice, and you're always going to get better, and you're always going to learn something from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every YouTube video, everything. I mean, it's kind of like that upward spiral. It wouldn't happen if you weren't doing the reps. What were some of the reps that you feel like you've gotten in since starting your YouTube channel and starting your business?
Yeah. I mean, practicing uploading things and knowing that it's not always going to do well. Like the video that we did with the protein thing, it did terrible.
What
but
the
it's
heck?
so annoying because it was such a
so
good
much fun.
video and it's so much fun. But like the rep of that is showing my audience that I can do different things.
Yeah.
And like it might not do well. Like I'm trying to not post as much makeup.
Yeah.
I've been really into the skincare and makeup stuff to really resonate with people who just want to look and feel good. But now it's more than that. We're going deeper. We're going internal. We want to like do things, but make it playful and fun that make you feel more aligned from your gut. And that's what makes you glow on the outside.
Yeah.
So it's the next level of beauty and wellness. So
Look at you
people
upward spiraling.
aren't really, I don't know if people are just, they're not into it because they follow me for makeup. So I've kind of like put myself in this corner, but like I'm trying to get people more comfortable with like a different version of me that's like more me.
Well, I feel like the courage is showing up and being willing to be seen trying. And it's hitting publish. For goodness sakes. Like hitting publish is the scariest thing.
It really is. It is. And it's also a lot of work to get to the point where you're like gonna
It's
hit
so
publish.
much work.
And all the parts of it that you could skip, like the thumbnail and the title and the caption and description, the links, like all that crap takes more time than the actual video if you do it right. Like it should.
Yeah.
And I feel like people just, again, take the easy way out, do the easy thing. Like they don't want to post or they don't want to film it. They don't want to get the camera. There's so many like reasons not to. But then when you can get rid of all your reasons not to and just start doing it, like you don't need the best equipment and the best lighting and the best camera. Just do it. Get the reps in. It's not going to be great the first time.
Yeah. It's actually the very reason you should do something. If you don't feel like you're going to be good at something, if you think you're going to be embarrassed, if you're waiting for like the perfect time and it doesn't feel like the perfect time, that's the reason you should start.
Yeah. Let them hate.
Let them, baby.
Let the haters hate.
Let the haters hate. And also like,
it's always a
get your
reflection of
reps in.
them. But also if you're a person who's doing good things in the world and trying to shine your light, if you're surrounded by people that are trying to dim it or you think they are, like you don't need to care about that. Don't let it consume you. It's really hard. It's easy to say that and harder to know that. But the more you do it, the less you'll think about them. The less you'll care. Because you'll know the message is important.
What a concept to realize that the things we obsess about, people are not even thinking about.
Go to a third world country. You'll be humbled. You'll be like, wow, the things I care about, that's funny. Like it does not matter. You realize how little things matter that you care about.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I went to Peru and I saw the people. I'm like, what do you do with your day? And they're like, no internet, no Wi-Fi, no hot water, nothing. They just hang out with their alpacas in the field.
That sounds kind of nice.
Sounds really nice. But
Sounds
then you're
nice,
like,
but you take
you're
it for
like
granted,
4 hours away from any other human being.
Right.
And like that's all you do. And here I am.
With your iPhone at your
about-
fingertips.
Caring
you can do
about
anything.
everything. And it's just like, nothing, that doesn't matter. Those things don't matter. So I think removing all this like weight of life and like overthinking everything and just do it. Life's
so good.
only going to get shorter. You got to like do it. No time like the present.
No time like the present. Best time to plant a tree, 20 years ago. Second best time, today.
Yes.
Not tomorrow. The voice inside of your head that tells you like, don't post, don't do the thing. Don't start the YouTube channel. You know, people will think you're crazy. Like just stick to modeling. What was the thing in your mind, the voice? What was that voice saying to you? And how did you overcome that?
Yeah, I just didn't want to because I thought people would judge me and I was judged. Like I was on set, let's say it was 2 weeks ago. There was a mean girl on set, the first mean person in my adult life that was like in person mean to me. Usually people can be haters online in the comments and like that doesn't really get to me because I just don't care. But that hurt because she was doing it to me in person. So we were on set and she just kept overriding everything I was saying, or like cutting me off or interrupting me just very blatantly. If I was having a conversation with someone else, she would just like come into the middle and like just being rude. And then over time, I could just feel this tension of every time we walked past each other, she wanted to like run me down. And I'm like, this is kind of crazy. Am I feeling this? Is this weird? I kept trying to like talk to her, and I would ask her a question and she'd give me like one hard, fast response, like, no. Or if I have a statement, she would like say, that doesn't make any sense. Like, this is how it is. And just contradict everything. And then we were working together for like 4 days, and fast forward on the last day, I moved her phone from the chair so I could sit. So there's only one chair. Yeah. And she yelled at me for it on set. She goes, "That's my phone." And I paused and I was like, yeah, I was moving it so I could sit. And then I paused, looked at her like, are you serious? In front of everyone? And then I took her phone and I put it back. I was like, I'll put it back if you want. And she goes, ugh, and rolled her eyes. It's like, wow, that's bad.
Yeah.
In front of the producer and the creative director and like the photographer and the stylist and the makeup, everyone was there. And I just, it was a moment where I realized I am hurt by this person, and like, what did I do wrong? And like the entire weekend I stayed up at night thinking like, what did I do to hurt this girl? And I was obsessed about it. Like, couldn't even sleep.
What do you think it was?
I don't know. I never figured out what it was. And then I worked with her that next week, and I was dreading Tuesday. It was coming around. I was like, I don't want to work with this girl. I really just don't want to see her. Like, but I had in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to be the bigger person, and I'm going to clear the air, because we have a lot of mutual friends and there's no reason why she should hate me. But I must have said something that like really made her upset. So I'm going to ask her during lunch. I'm going to go up to her and ask like what happened and like what I did, and just so I can be.
How do you even approach that? Like, hey, you've kind of been a bitch. Like, did I do something?
Did I do something?
I've been in a situation like that.
I was going to go up to her and just say like, if there's something I did, I would love to know, but you're allowed to not like me. So if that's what it is, that's totally fine. Like you don't need there. And then that day she walks in and she was such a bitch to everyone there. And she left 2 hours before me. And then everyone on set was like venting their own situation that happened with her that she was mean to them about. Like, wow. So it's a her problem, but the whole time I thought it was a me problem. And it made me feel so small. And she did it in front of everyone and put me down. And I was so confused, like, why? And to obsess over it, like to where that consumed me. And it's also like relationships do that too. That can be the thing that like stops you from doing the thing, because you're feeling so small because of this person and trapped in the situation. You don't know how to get out of it. But like the best way to get out of it is to approach it and get clarity on it and then move forward. Otherwise, you're just going to stay in this terrible loop cycle of crap that just doesn't make you feel good.
Nothing changes if nothing changes.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's interesting too, like people are afraid of confrontation. They're afraid of looking stupid. We're afraid of being judged. But I think it's important to know like that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like let's just expect it to happen.
Yeah. And know when you approach them and talk about it, you're going to get something out of it.
Yeah.
And maybe you were a bitch. Maybe you did say something, and maybe you need to learn.
And maybe you can apologize.
I've been put in my place before for doing things I didn't know I was doing. And like, that's a learning experience. And you always have to take it with a grain of salt and also be positive about it and use it as education. We're both really good about that. Is like, oh, well, that was a good lesson.
How can I grow from this?
Yes, exactly.
Constantly.
And then I was like, this girl did not leave, and she did not lose sleep over this.
And she did not care.
And she didn't learn a lesson. She just hates me.
Yeah.
So I got the clarity I needed because she was just mean to everyone else.
Did you ask or no?
I didn't need to. She was just mean to everyone, and I realized it wasn't me. It's just how she is.
I would love to rapid fire some questions with you, actually. Since you're literally like the go-to person for all things like fashion, beauty, makeup, wellness, I just wanted to ask you some of your favorite things rapid fire.
Okay.
And see what we come up with.
Okay.
So what is your favorite protein powder right now?
Oh man. Okay. Well, there's two different ones. If you're talking about pea protein, Truvani.
Okay.
You'll see our video on my YouTube channel, and it's very
so funny. Guys, go watch it.
It didn't get views, but it should have. You'll read in the comments. They're like, wow, this video deserves so many views. Someone commented that because they were like, this is so good. Anyways, Truvani, if you want vegan protein, all the flavors are great. And then if you want whey protein, I like PROMIX or Kion, Kion. We can link those.
Great.
If you want to.
Yeah, we totally can link them.
They're really good.
Okay, favorite athletic line for like workout clothes?
CSB.
CSB. Their stuff
They're
is cute.
So cute. Here's why I love it. The straps are so skinny. And I think on our last episode, I talked about like how to dress for your body type.
Yes.
And little things. A teeny tiny little strap and a little bra on everyone is very slimming.
Love that.
It is. I mean, I'm sorry though, if you have like big boobies, it might not hold
I
you up. Yeah. Just get like a little tighter though, because then it will help. And it is supportive. But I just love the fabric because it like sucks you in.
Yes.
It's great. Vuori is also wonderful.
Okay, great. Yeah, Vuori. I've heard good things about Vuori.
Really cozy.
Random, but like need to know for myself, favorite tennis shoe right now.
Yeah. APL.
APL.
Or Reebok, actually. I looked on ChatGPT to figure out what the best shoe is. And for, I go to Bunda and that's the workout that I do. But I was trying to find one that kind of does it all. Good for running, good for working out. They're ugly. The Hoka ones. The Hokas or the New
Hokas
Balance.
Are cute.
Yeah. But
you don't like them?
No. You know what everyone's wearing though that I want to get is the Solomons.
Okay.
But I also don't want to get them because everyone's wearing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the look of like a chunky sneaker with the cute, like with the like white socks.
Yeah.
And you wore black sneakers with black socks the other day, and I was like influenced by you, Abby. I was like, I need black sneakers.
Yeah, those
and
were
black
just like
socks.
the little Nikes. But someone else wore the black socks with the black shoes, and I thought it was really cool because it's not like a hard stop at your foot when you visually look at somebody. It kind of like elongates you.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Your favorite online store to shop from?
Oh, for what though?
For like everyday clothes.
At the moment, honestly, Reformation.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with Reformation.
Just getting a huge box of like a couple $1,000s worth of clothing today and seeing that I liked 95% of it says a lot.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Doen?
Yes.
I'm putting an order in a Doen too. It's very cute.
I've heard good things about
Good
Doen.
for summer.
Yeah.
Those are like, they have the best tops at, also love Paige. Paige is great.
Paige is great. That's a classic. Okay, favorite non-toxic beauty products.
Brands.
Yeah. Like, what do we need? You've reviewed so much makeup, you guys. I go to Abby's house and she has bins and bins and bins of makeup. I haven't bought makeup in over a year because I just like
bins
take it from you.
So I'm like, to sift through all
You've
of that.
reviewed everything that is on the market.
I went into Sephora and I went to like just see what was around. And I didn't even realize that half the stuff that I have are like new brands that were launched in Sephora. And I realized that, I can't buy anything here because I own all of it.
Yeah.
I have been sent everything.
Literally, you know everything. So you could like potentially save people a ton of money.
A ton of money.
What's worth it? What's not worth it?
Okay, first of all, find me on TikTok because I post on there all my new favorites, things I like, things I don't like, and I link it all on my Shop My. So that's all in one place and it'll say spring favorites,
Perfect.
Holy Grails, all the things. Overall, I just did a full YouTube video on Westman Atelier and I really like their stuff, but it's really expensive. So I also like Kosas.
Kosas is great.
I like Say a lot. I like Ilia. I like all the non-toxic brands.
I love the aesthetic of Ilia.
But their product?
I can't get past the smell, but
The
maybe I just
smell's
need
bad.
to get past
Okay,
it.
so Typology.
Okay, I like Typology.
Here's the thing. You give me a product you like or don't like and tell me what you don't like about it, and I can give you. We could do a video on that.
We're going to do a video on that.
That'd be interesting.
More videos. Also, I was talking with my best friend, Waverly, and talking about businesses. This could be a business we start. She was like, Heidi, you know how much money you could make from, what is it called? Oh, what's it called when you eat food in front of the camera?
ASMR.
It's not ASMR.
Like food porn.
I thought she was referring to like a food porn.
Ew.
But it's not. Like, it's not sexual. It's just you literally.
You like when we went to.
Hey, what is it called when you eat food in front of the camera and make money doing it?
Mukbang. I've done a
Mukbang.
mukbang. I've done a mukbang. Mukbangs are great.
Okay, so
The Asian culture is obsessed with mukbangs.
we should do mukbangs.
Yeah, people just sit and have a chat with us while we eat lunch. It's
No,
basically
literally,
the
you
podcast
and I-
now, but then just add food.
You and I would kill it at mukbang.
You know what you should do is start adding food into this podcast.
100%.
Just
This just became a mukbang podcast.
Ew.
Doesn't it sound dirty? Like
It does.
mukbang sounds
Mukbang.
dirty.
Yeah.
But anyways, Abby, I love you so much.
I love you too.
You're so fun, and it's been such a treat to have you back on the podcast. I really do mean it, you guys, when I say like she is my go-to for everything. I'm
I love
what do I
you.
do for my skincare? What do I do for my makeup? What do you like this outfit? Like you are the go-to.
You trust me.
I
which
do
means
trust
a lot.
you.
And plus, I will say when people go on my page or they buy the things I talk about, I've never had someone come to me and be like, I hated that.
Never.
Never.
No,
like,
you
they
try
really-
everything and you are so honest about everything. So if you guys are needing any guidance in your beauty or health, skincare, makeup, literally anything at all, Abby is your go-to girl. You are my inspiration for fashion. I swear. I'm like,
Thank
what would Abby
you.
wear? I was wondering what you were going to wear when you came here today. So
This is all new. Reformation, baby.
I love it. We love Reformation. Reformation, please sponsor this podcast, by the way.
And put me on your next campaign.
Yes, amen, amen. Thank you so much. Oh, actually, one question. What is, like right now, what is embodying power femme energy like mean to you in your everyday life right now? Like how do you show up as your best self?
Raw and not changing who you are to be and accepted by anyone.
That's good.
Because people know and they can feel it. Today when I walked into my casting, I didn't put on a front. I saw a girl and she was just like, oh my God, thanks you guys, so nice to meet you. And I was like, oof, you may just have lost yourself the job.
Yeah.
So it's just like, look at the person, give them a handshake, be nice to them, just be you. You don't need to change. You don't need to wear a bunch of makeup or wear all these clothes. I didn't want to wear heels. I just wanted to like be me.
Yeah.
But like an elevated, elegant version of that makes you feel like you are the person you want to be. Emilio, for example, real quick, I'll tell this story.
Yeah.
My boyfriend was looking for a new job and he was kind of waking up late and not doing the best at being productive. And I said, go clean up your office. Let's wake up early. Let's have goals. Let's go on runs. Let's work out. And let's pretend it's already happened for you. And live your life as that version of yourself that you want to be. And it has happened. It happened like a week later since he's been working on that.
It's life-changing.
It really is. And you say this all the time. You're going to be at home all day. Put yourself together. Make yourself look cute.
Yeah.
That's what being a power femme is embodying the version of yourself that you want to be versus the person that you think you should be or that you are right now and just you can't start. That's what it is.
That's so good,
Yeah.
Abby. And I think that it applies to literally every area of your life.
How you do one thing is how you do everything. The way I do my workout class, I do the transitions. When you go from one thing to the next, do it properly, do it with good form, do it mindfully and intentionally.
Yes.
And then the results will pay off in the end.
You're a queen.
Love you.
So good. I love you too. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Of course.
Yay!
Yay.
So good.